prisoners of the dispensation of vengeance. If you're there, if you like looking at your wristwatch, listen. I'm not closing this before 7:30, and I'm not stopping preaching before 7:30. And then after 7:30, I will pray only 2 minutes. I'm not praying prayer this night. I'm teaching. Prisoners. If there's anything that, in fact, one day, I made a book on prisoners of purpose. It's one of my turning points. If you don't have that book, go and read it. Listen. This dispensation must get prisoners that will introduce it. If God didn't make you a prisoner, He won't take care of you very well. It is when He makes you a prisoner that He gives you clothes, that He gives you food, that He gives you security. When He makes you a prisoner, He gives you clothes. He gives you security. He feeds you. He gives you house. He gives you soldiers who guides you. He takes you to farm to do His work, not your own. So Apostle Paul said in chapter 3:1 of Ephesians, he said, me, I'm prisoner. For a prisoner of a particular purpose. This age where we are, we never be introduced. I say we never be introduced. Except prisoners are born. The age must produce prisoners. Those that this thing we are talking about must take their life and end it. And then put the crown of this I'm talking about on their head. And the most important people on earth are prisoners. The best people of God are prisoners of God. The best. Chapter 3 verse 1 of Ephesians.
For this cause I, Paul, the prisoner of Jesus Christ,
for you Gentiles, in the dispensation of grace.
If you have heard of the dispensation of
Thank
grace.
you. Look at 3 things. Number 1, Paul is a prisoner. 2, to Gentiles. 3, in a particular season. Everything ended. So when I know I'm a prisoner for something, and you're telling me something else, I know you're not talking to me. Excuse me, when my life is lost and is lost, I know what took it, and I'll hang around what took it. I'm not hanging around it for time. I'm hanging around there forever. May you not be known for so many reasons. Excuse me, if I hear Paul, I will know he's a prisoner of Jesus for Gentiles. All these pastors who have churches, and they say we have somebody that came from Kenya to preach to us. Somebody came from Zambia. To preach what? To preach what? That thing they are preaching there is business, and that's why it will fail. You are the one that God called. You want to grow a church that doesn't have pattern. You want to grow a church that didn't take your life. You want to grow a ministry that didn't make you a prisoner. And if all these things I'm talking about is in a place, why are you looking at people's face when you're preaching to them? Why? You can only look at people's face when you're preaching to them when you don't have life of a prisoner. Everybody must not be your comfort. If your life tarry with your sermon, those that doesn't believe in it, don't worry about them. The last thing that will happen on earth is for a life that is lived properly to be ignored. A life that tied around the purpose. How do you ignore it? Excuse me, you don't need to be a locust to know me. You don't need to be a locust to know that I won't die. No, you told me. What's your name again? Vivian. You told me is that it is the son of my son that she attended to, and then started coming. It's not what you said. Thank you. You say above. Thank you. Above is the son of Victor Great. Victor Great, son of Chris Christian. So it is my grandson. Excuse me. Excuse me, and you're playing with me. It's not possible for something that is definite not to rain. Something that is definite. And I've taken a lot of energy from men and direction. It must rain. Well, it must not rain for everybody, but it must rain. Now, if you look at that chapter 4, verse 1, that's the only place I'm reading. He said, take upon me your yoke. Take upon you yoke. He says, it's easy. Take yoke. Take yoke. Take my yoke now, because I have yoke. You want to live on earth without yoke. How? And then how can you be free? It is yoke that make free, that declare freedom. Now, if you look at that scripture there, chapter 4, verse 1 again, Ephesians chapter 1. Go ahead.
I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord,
Yes.
teach you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you were called, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love.
Now, why some people go to churches and people are asking them, what church do you attend? What church do you attend? Why they're asking you why the church you attend? It's because your life is revealing nothing. You have lived with somebody for 3 years. Is he asking you, what church do you attend? For three months. You are in office for 3 months and your character didn't show anything. And they're asking you, what church do you attend? You have been buying something from a woman in the market for 6 weeks and she's still asking you, what church do you attend? Did your character and the word that represents who you are come out and she wouldn't know you? Somebody has known you. Somebody has known you for 6 months. And he doesn't know that you are a kind of a believer. So what does he know? Excuse me. Certain occupation should be superior to your image. Certain occupation should be superior to your appearance. Should be superior to your name. Then you know that your life has ended. And why some people are not winning battles is because their life didn't end. No, their life didn't end. I used to tell people, I said, what? The moment I get my life to Christ, I know that this is light and I will live only for it. I've never admired darkness. For what? I still know the value of darkness. Excuse me. Before I became a preacher and even now, there is no man of God. I love his book. I love his book that didn't preach from prison. I don't buy book of men who are not prisoners. I don't want general knowledge. I know the power of definite knowledge because that is what gives you acceleration. Now, if people should not like you, they should not like you at all. They should get away from your life. And if somebody should love you, the person should love you very well. Somebody telling you, I like you, but I don't like the immortality he's saying. He's a fool. Our friendship would have been too much if you're not because you're saying you're carrying church in your head. Which church is he carrying in your head? Then why is he carrying on his head? Failure. The other day I brought a book to read. I brought a book. Excuse me, after 10 minutes I dropped the book. Do you know why I dropped the book? Huh? I don't need something that doesn't land immediately. I studied definite knowledge. I don't have time to be wasting to be looking for what I want, what I'm looking for in the book, or to try to say, let me try and know what you're saying. I don't have time to be saying, let me know what the preacher is, what the writer is writing. That's when the first line you should land. Second line you should land. Third line you should be landed. Then I know you're talking to me without wasting time. And if I'm listening to a preacher, if you don't do it, I will hear you. I don't have time to be hearing you telling stories of the Bible. I have Bible. Why I love John Maxwell is because it's that way. Dr. Miles, they will land Jesus. Apostle Paul. Somebody say, yeah. Why Jesus loved counsel? Kennedy, when I told you something, when I give you something, you go and copy some things I have taught and give me back. Why Jesus loved counsel? If you love safety, and you want to arrive to your destination peacefully, without much wound, you should take advice. You will love advice. You will love learning. You see, because God attached safety to multitude of advice. In Isaiah chapter 11, 1 and 2, counsel is one of the messianic spirit that make Jesus a Messiah. Counsel, that is willingness to seek advice because of safety. In 24:27, the Bible says Jesus searched Moses. He studied Moses for advice. He studied the prophets for advice. He loved advice because he wanted to fulfill his assignment. When you buy a book and the book bless you, thank God for the author.